Hello, everyone. Yeah, we'll be going over the Los Angeles Sharks gamer jersey history. We'll be going over what they wore in 72-3 and 73-4, their only two seasons in the WHA before they moved to Michigan. We'll look at all the stuff they did to their jerseys, their crests, their nameplates, their non-nameplates, their V-necks, their tie-downs. We'll go over a population report of what's out there and see how rare these really are, and the prices. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. Los Angeles Sharks first started in the 72-3 season. They were originally called the Los Angeles Aces. Their colors were red, black, and white, and they remained and continued with those colors when they changed their name to the Los Angeles Sharks. As you can see here, this is a Kurt McCaskill. When I was doing business with Rick Cole from Broadway Rick, he had a unbelievable way of being able to find old players and contact them and buy their collections. So then he would send them to me. I'd authenticate them, and then we would try to sell them. This jersey here got sent to me. This is my photo I took of the McCaskill when Rick had sent it to me. A beautiful shirt, V-neck, first year. Goodman's in the hem over here in the corner. Real weird that the captaincy was put on this side. Normally they're over here. Repair on the hem. Real nice fraying inside from the elbow pads. That's from stretch. These are basically stretch marks from the elbow pad. Jersey might have been a tad too small for McCaskill. What's interesting about the first year Sharks jerseys is the names were sewn directly onto the back. There was no nameplates used. Fight straps varied. There was 3 different kinds they used, as far as I could see from the jerseys I've authenticated and photos I've seen. There was this style, which was the garter belt style. Then there was the clasp style, and then there was a button hook style. And not all jerseys had fight straps. It all depended if the player wanted it in there or not. The equipment manager would put it in there for him. The first year jersey crests were made of a triple tackle twill, red, white, and black. And unbeknownst to a lot of collectors, the first year's and the second year crest were different. The first year crest, as you can see, this is embroidered. This is not chain stitched. This is embroidered. The chain stitch didn't come till the second year white tie downs and red tie downs. This is also embroidered in here on the teeth. All these were hand cut. You can see this is an embroidered line that goes around the inside edge of the black, which I thought was a nice touch. You really can't see it unless you get the jersey in your hands. These crests, because they were triple tackle twill, would shrink over washings and start to pull away. As you can see down here at the bottom of the crest, it's already starting to pull away and pop up. Here's the name sewn directly onto the back. This is the same type of font that was used on the Los Angeles Kings jerseys. We call it the feet font. So they have like feet on most of the letters. The second year white were on nameplates, and some of the red jerseys in the second year, the player was on the first year but not on the second year. For most of the jerseys, with the exception of 2, they would use a nameplate. They would take the name off the back and put a nameplate on the back. You can see where the fight strap was sewn in. Just a great shirt. A lot of the jerseys, the tags, this is just an imprinted Goodman's symbol and washing instructions. They would take the Rawlings tags out of the hem. 72-3, the Rawlings tag was in the hem, not in the collar. And they would take the tag out of the hem and put their Goodman's tag. Now the second year, I think they got their jerseys in a little later, and they did not have a chance to put their Goodman's tags in the second year shirts. A client of mine here in town won the Watson. This is also a first year shirt. Now there's a LeBlanc and a Watson with names removed. I think what they tried to do is for the second season, I think they were going to recycle the whites and stopped. So there's no reason for this nameplate to be removed. And that was done by the team, I believe. There's the front of it. Again, great crest. You can see the pulling here through here. A little close up. I think they had a hard time because they saw how much residue was left. They used some type of a backing. The backing's not right here, but you can see the backing through this part of the A here. That kind of stuck to the jersey. So I think they scrapped that idea. That's the garter belt style. Here's a better look at the tag. This tag's not as washed out. These are the photos that came when Rick originally got the jerseys from McCaskill. There's the LeBlanc that had the name taken off the back. There's Watson again. Better shot of the tag. These photos I took when my client brought the jersey over for me to inspect. There's the Heineman. Again, name sewn directly onto the back. The knee camp. That's the first year whites. Not a lot of first year whites. Okay, 72-3. Home jerseys, or road jerseys. V-neck. Same embroidered crests. And they use this is the Crashly. Again, feet. Okay, so if the player was on the first year Sharks and they were on the second season Sharks, they just reused the red jersey. They didn't do anything. They left the feet. They didn't put a nameplate on. But for players, there's a service. Now, what's interesting about the service is you can tell the seamstress had not a lot of quality control. You can see it's slanted down here, slanted this way. And you can see that like the R is a little higher. These were all hand cut letters, so each letter actually varied slightly. You know, the Sutherland. The Veneruso. And we'll go over the population report of how many actually are out there of these jerseys. Different variations of the photos. There's that's the clasp style fight strap with this part would go onto the pant. Again, a kind of a washed out Goodman's tag. So this is the Alton White. This was sold from Leland's. Leland's had the Alton White, and that hasn't resurfaced yet in the hobby since its sale. Oops. Okay, 73 for Sharks home jerseys. This is the white Hoganson. Mark Chuteau had sold the red Hoganson. As you can see, this is a nameplate, and they changed the font. They went from a feet font to just a regular block cut font. Now, what's also interesting is um, some of the nameplates were sewn nicely placed, and some were sewn way high on the back. They would even sew through the Rawlings tag and the collar. This one's got blood on the front. Now, nobody wore 25 in the first season. The second season, Hoganson wears 25. So in the second season, they order. I'm using the uh, scientific precept of Occam's razor, which is basically, with all things being equal, the easiest answer tends to be the correct answer. So, say you're an equipment manager, all right? You're going to need new jerseys for the next season. You order a set of Rhodes and Holmes. Okay, and for some reason they ordered the tie downs. They ordered them again from Rawlings. Um, they decide to use the white set. Maybe the red set didn't come in time because for some reason Rawlings had a particular hard time keeping black dye uh, into the shirt and keep it from turning like a charcoal gray. Um, I'll show you on a couple of jerseys here coming out. It didn't really happen on this Hoganson. Oh, so the second year crests. So the crests were made and done at Goodman's. Okay, the jerseys would come blank. They would just come, no crest, no numbers, nothing on it. And Goodman's would put the crest on. These are all hand sewn crests. And the second year, they used chain stitch. This is a chain stitch. Chain stitch is like this. Okay, it's like that. This is a chain stitch pattern. Totally different than just a regular embroider. Beautiful though. And they did the same thing. But this line here is a chain stitch line instead of an embroidered line. So they changed they either changed the seamstress or they did something totally different. The seamstress decided to change something totally different. And there's a good close up of these nameplates on the white jerseys were Doreen. This is Doreen material, same as the jersey. But on the road reds, they decided to use a Teckatwell base nameplate instead of a Doreen, which is really weird. Now, on the jerseys on the reds, if the player was on the second season but not on the first season, they would take the name off the back from the first season, and then they would apply a Teckatwell base nameplate on the red shirt, for the exception of two players, Hoganson and a Tardif. Amazingly enough, here's the McLeod. You can tell this one's a little higher up. This photo I took at a West Coast show. This was at Milt Byron's booth. There's the Crashley, and the Crashley was sewn correctly on. Guarshuk was sewn correctly on. The LeBlanc was sewn correctly on. There's another shot of McLeod. I only have the front shot of this number 3. I don't know where the back shot is. There's the Service. That's sewn directly onto the back. The Thomas sewn directly onto the back. Veneruzzo. Willis, that one's a little higher. Photo credit goes to a lot of collectors that have posted them on Facebook. You all know who you are. Thanks for posting your photos. It helps the collecting community a lot, especially when I have videos like this that can show the differences between the jerseys. This was sold from Classic Auctions, I believe, the Willis. I think it was Classic. There's a lot of, there's more white second-year jerseys than there are first-year jerseys, and the reds are super rare. There's the Hodgson. The Hodgson's really high in the back. There's the Odworski. That's sewn correctly onto the back. Oh, this is what I was telling you about, how the Rawlings had a tough time with the dye in the black. This is turning kind of a charcoaly, speckly gray instead of pure black. This was also found on the Chevron Pittsburgh Penguins jerseys. They also had the same problem, and they actually changed their striping pattern. And then 75-6, I believe, the Penguins changed their home jersey from the Chevron back to an old kind of earlier 70s look. Okay, here's the 73 fours. So here's an example of McLeod had, there was a name under here, I think it was Gillo, name taken off. And this is a heavy tackle twill nameplate with regular block font, regular block font cut. Try to say that 10 times. That was a size 50. Nice, good size. Nice repairs there and there. There's the Hoganson that Mark Juteau just sold. And it's currently the public record holder for the highest Sharks jersey ever sold. Now, again, the Hoganson wasn't, number 25 wasn't worn during the first season. So the name was sewn directly onto the back in the feet style. They had no nameplate on this. And Mark Juteau photomatched it to the slant of the 5 going up. Again, embroidered because it's first year shirt. And this is an embroidered, not chain stitch, that's embroidered. Again, fight strap was put in on the first season. I don't think Hoganson would ever use it. Size 50. Because 25 really isn't a goalie number. So they basically gave him the biggest jersey, which was at the time probably in their inventory was was number 25. So that's how Hoganson gets the shirt. That's a better close-up look of the heavy tackle twill nameplate of McLeod. There's a better look of the Hoganson. There's the Walters. Again, heavy tackle twill nameplate, block cut font, doesn't have the feet. So they had a mixture on the ice of players with the feet font and players with the block cut font. It's the WHA, it's the Whatever Hockey Association. Okay, now we'll go to Los Angeles Sharks action photos. 72-3. Oh, here's to note. So this is from their media guide. See, a lot of players weren't registered numbers yet, but here's Mike Byers wearing number 9 to note. Now, there's a lot of websites, databases that have incorrect numbers. SIHR has Mike Byers wearing like 17 or 14. Now, he wears number 9. I also have programs from the season that show Mike Byers wearing number 9. So be careful when you use databases as an end-all be-all of who wore what numbers. They're not always correct. Always double check it with programs. Here's a good shot of the Sharks in the very first preseason game in Edmonton. And you can see the Edmonton Oilers here are wearing their first year jerseys. On the white jersey just had the name on the back, the last name only. Here's Mike Byers and the number 9. Now there's like six players here you can see that don't have names that you can see the backs. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. So it was shortly after that they showed the names onto the backs of the jerseys for the Sharks. This is the first year shot. There's the McCaskill photo match to that goofy you see over there. There's the Gillo that ends up being the McLeod, but they didn't recycle the first year V-neck white jerseys. So this should have stayed Gillo unless they took the name off the back. This is also a first year shirt because you can tell the first year Arrows jersey here. Again, first year Arrows jerseys. You can see the feet on the letters. There's not a lot of photos of the Los Angeles Sharks. Not hardly any at all. There's McCaskill in his red. They did the same thing. The white C you can see is right here. You can see the edge of it there and the edge of it over here. This is an interesting media shot. I think these are media relations people wearing various home and road Sharks jerseys. All Town White, I believe this is a first year shot. Yep, definitely is. Okay, here's another example of there's number 9 Mike Byers, so you can cross-reference. Again, here's another one, number 9 Mike Byers. Howie Hogendahl, number 22. And here's more. So I did cross-reference these. So Mike Byers, number 9. Bernie McNeil, number 20. Again, more cross-referencing. So there's so many photos I have of the first year Sharks. Not a lot in their white jerseys or on the road. 73 4 Sharks. A little more photos. Again, cross-referencing. Here's a nice photo of them wearing the recycled V-neck. V-neck here, V-neck there. Holt on white. There's Mark Tardif. JP LeBlanc. This is against the Toros. Toros did not play the first season. It was the Ottawa Nationals. So it's easy to date this photo. It's second season jersey, or second season Sharks photo. Same thing against the Toros. There's the Hoganson that Mark Juteau sold. The knee camp, again, feet on the jerseys. This was a fight that was near the bench. Same Doug McPeace copyright photo. This is Doug Sutherland. There's Hoganson in the white to tie it down. These photos I grabbed off the internet. They're pretty grainy, but we thought we'd grab them because there's not a lot of Sharks photos out there. Okay, so this is a good photo to show. So this is a second year photo because this is Ron Ward, Pat Stapleton with the double colored Cougars numbers, which didn't show up until the second season. This, you can see the name bar, and you can tell that it doesn't have feet. Okay, it's just the regular WARD. I believe Ron Ward was a New York Raider the first year. So there's the nameplate. So that's a good actual sign that they actually wore nameplates. But once again, there's not a lot of photos of the Los Angeles Sharks. They're very, very, very rare. Hoganson again. This is against the later in the year against the Minnesota Fighting States. It's Gordy Gallant. Knee camp. See the jersey's kind of tight on this guy. Alton White. This is like one of the only This is the only second year team photo of the Sharks. And watch this. Tie down, 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 tie down. I believe that's a tie down, tie down, tie down, because there's like space, right? Tie down, tie down, tie down, tie down, V-neck. You could see that that's a V-neck, number 30. So they recycled one for number 30. The Sharks 7-3-4 home schedule. Now, what's interesting about the Los Angeles Sharks, they are owned by Dennis Murphy and some several other people. On February 5th, the second season, the Los Angeles Sharks are sold to two brothers in Detroit. Two Detroit natives named Charles Norton and Mike Shagina. Now, so they become the owners. So there's no reason for Dennis Murphy to be hanging around the rink after this. He's gone. I think, becomes president of the WHA. And then these two natives of Detroit don't announce until a week after the season ends that they're moving to Detroit. So from February 5th on, they play 15 home games and 10 road games. So, we got a commercial on Spotify. So here's their home games in February, and here's their away games, and then here's their home games in March and their away games. They had a big homestand starting on the 7th. 7th, 10th, 12th, 15th, 17th. They had like a 5 to 6 game homestand. I think we went over most of these photos. Oh, here's Jerry Zermiak. Zermiak would also have a nameplate. There's Ron Ward from the front, V-neck. Second season Arrows jerseys, that's the Watson. This would be the tie-down Watson. Alton White, I believe that's a first-year photo. It's hard to tell. This is against the Saints. Can't really tell in this photo. Pretty sure that's the V-neck Hoganson that Mark Jutoja sold. And there's a better shot. There's the V-neck there, V-neck there. That's Hoganson and Niekamp. And that's it. I mean, there's just not a lot of photos of the Sharks out there, really, at all. All right, now we'll get into now what's interesting is the second season. They sign two-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Tardif. Okay. So he comes in and he's going to be their star player. And he becomes the WHA's single all-time career leader in goals and second in points only to Andre Lacroix. So he's the stud. Number one in goals, second in points only to Andre Lacroix. And we've always wondered, where are the Tardif Sharks jerseys? Well, I uncovered two. I uncovered this V-neck just last week. And before that, back in 2013, the tie down, and I'll tell you about the tie down, the story behind the tie down. So here's Mark in the V-neck. Now I've only been able to capture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8 photos of Tardif, okay? And 2 of them are in the white jerseys, and the other ones are in the reds. So here's Mark in a V-neck. We don't know what date this photo was or who it was taken against. Um, there's the one that was used in like that poster insert, and that's the tie down, white tie down. As you can see here in the numbers, remember this for future reference. Um, this is this 9. This part is cut right through here. Again, V-neck. And then on the first year jerseys, in the 9 part right here, this part was the red was connected. It wasn't cut. Okay. And we can go back and reference that through the white jerseys. Here's Alton White and Tardif from the back. And now you can see if we blow this up, it's got feet. The name on the back of the Tardif has feet, and which is also interesting is how the eye is like kind of straight up. And now look at this space here. There's a lot of space in between the top part of white of the 9 and the bottom part here of the 9. There's a lot of space, right? And again, here you can see where that red's connected. Okay, this is the, we'll get back to this photo. Okay, here's Tardif and another player in the tie-down whites. This is one of the only known action shots of Tardif in a white tie-down, an actual action shot. This is the only photo known. That's how hard it is to find photos of the Sharks. Here's Tardif. I found this in a Hockey News. V-neck, again, don't know when it was dated, who it was against. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the jersey I found like a week ago. This was gifted from Dennis Murphy, one of the original owners of the LA Sharks, and gifted to the PA announcer, who was a good friend of his. The PA announcer was the same PA announcer for both seasons of the LA Sharks. And the time frame of when this was gifted would be right around the time when Dennis Murphy leaves as the owner, when he sells it to the 2 natives from Detroit, February 5th, 1974. Because he's not going to be there to gift it to him, right? He's got to gift it to him before he leaves. So that's when I believe this jersey was gifted to the PA announcer. Now it's a V-neck. So they're going to have to come up with an emergency jersey, right? What do they come up with? Right now, they're not using the red tie-downs. Okay? So they dip into the stock of the red tie-downs, and they make a red tie-down Tardif. I mean, they're already doing goofy shit with the nameplates. I'm like, they're already wearing white tie-downs. So you can see how the jersey here, how the 9s, they're not cut. This is actual red. And the jersey's hammered. There's repairs everywhere. Repair here, repair here, repair here, repairs here. There's repairs, unrepaired holes over there, repairs over here. There's like close to 20 plus repairs on this jersey. There's the crest, repair here, down here on the bottom. Again, first year jerseys had the embroidered front. They did wash these really well. There's not a lot of stick marks, but you can see there's some remaining. Nice repair there. More repairs right here. You can tell that the crest is starting to pull away. There's a better close-up of the 9 here. You can see that it's not cut through here, where the second year jerseys, and especially on the whites and on the tie down, this part here is cut. So these are all done at Goodman's, at a seamstress, and it's at Goodman's. Now this first year jersey, this is a recycled Mike Byers. Mike Byers is a little smaller. He's 5'10", like 170, and Mark Tardif is like 6 feet 6'1", 190. So this jersey was probably a tad small on Tardif, and Tardif actually goes, when he goes to the tie down, it's a size 48, which makes more sense. This is the clasp style fight strap. This is the size 46 that you can see in the hem. Goodman's still readable, but it's been kind of washed. Now, look, this makes no sense to me. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a repair. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 repairs where they took the buyer's name off the back. This is all hand cut letters. And why did they not use a nameplate like they did to all the other jerseys? It makes no sense. Why would they not put a nameplate on this jersey? It has runs. These weren't done now. These were all done back when they took this off at Goodman's. It's all fucked up. That makes no sense. So Tardif coming to you can tell that this is hand cut. Look at the difference in width. It like gets fat right here, and then it gets skinnier down here towards the bottom. They're all hand cut letters, right? Just crazy stuff. Tardif comes to the team, supposed to be the star, and he gets handed this jersey. He must have been thinking through his mind, what the hell is this? Nice shot of the back. Okay, so remember when I was showing you that nice big space and where the eye lined up? That's a photo match. Right here. But I got a better photo match. So this is you could call this argumentative or arguable photo match. That's a nice big space that you would see right here, right? There's a better shot right through here. Oh, here's the inside. So they had to use backing on the inside to try to support these repairs because it was just fucked up. There's the fight strap. Okay, now we'll go back to the photo match. There it is. Here's the photo match right here. There's this repair right there. And if you hold the jersey, this is why you gotta have the jersey in your hands when you're doing photo matches. If you don't do it. If you hold the jersey up just correctly, you can see It's hard to do it with my green screen. You can see how this folds like this. When you hold the jersey straight out, you can see how this folds over. And then when you hold it at an angle, like he's going, he's tilted to the left. You can see this indentation right here. But when you're looking at the jersey straight on, you don't see that indentation, okay? It's only when you look at it from the angle. But you can clearly see the team repair right here. We'll go back to the jersey. We'll show the team repair. There it is, right there. Boop. We'll go back. There it is. Even at a long shot, you can see it, but when you blow it up, you can see it even more. Okay, now on to the tie-down Tardif. So this jersey, a collector had in, I got it from him in 2013 and sold it, and then I got it back just this winter. This is the tie-down set that wasn't used, but this is the emergency jersey when the Los Angeles Sharks gift this jersey to the PA announcer, and his dad, the son of the PA announcer, his dad passes away in 2015, and he inherits this jersey. Okay, they needed an emergency shirt for him, so the sale of the team February 5th, it all just comes into line. Plus, it's a bigger shirt, so they go to this, the tie-down Tardif. Again, hand cut name on the back. Now the crest has washing. It's starting to pull away. Again, this was only worn for maybe 8 to 10 games, but enough washing where this crest starts to pull away. There's a repair here. I think there's a repair up here on the lip, top lip here, but you can see it's starting to pull away, shrink. This is like doubly, again, hand cut name. You can see the I is higher than the F. Same thing that we saw on the service. This made no sense. Size 48. And Rawlings tag in the collar, just like the white tie downs. Rawlings tag in the collar. There's the repair right there. So now we'll go to population report. Okay. Since the year 2000, there have only been 15 LA Sharks jerseys sold publicly. Some of them, and not all of them, are individually different. The white Hoganson had been sold twice through Game Worn Auctions. The average price, if you took all the jerseys sold divided by how many were sold, the average about $8,300 a piece, as opposed to their counterpart, the Michigan Stags, are only $2,800 a piece on average. And there's been close to 30 Stags jerseys sold since the year 2000. Now, row jerseys, there's only been 3 sold. The Alton White and the Tom Servin from Leland's in 04, and the Paul Hoganson that just sold in Classic. The Paul Hoganson that just sold in Classic set the record for the highest Sharks jersey ever sold, $11,844. Now, I believe that jersey's worth more because I believe the public doesn't know how rare these red jerseys are. There's more white second year jerseys, the white tie downs, than there are first year shirts in the white. But there's one, two, three, only 4 road jerseys ever sold. Now there's the Bart Crashley in 2016, sold for 9,700. Mark Chateau had. But yeah, very, very rare. Very, very rare. And you look at the Michigan Stags jerseys, there's close to 30 sold. And they only lasted half a season before they moved to Baltimore. But collectors that have a Sharks jersey, it's some of the most sought after WHA jerseys ever. The crest, the crest itself, as you can see, this is the chain stitched um, second year jersey, and here's the embroidered Sharks crest. So this is the tie down, and this one here is the V-neck. Just great logos. The colors pop. Everyone wants a red Sharks jersey, and they're so hard to get. I know collectors that have been collecting for decades that are WHA collectors. They don't have a red Sharks. They're almost as tough to get as some of the other really, really tough to get jerseys. I believe these 2 Tardif jerseys, um, especially the V-neck itself, um, that's photo matched. This jersey, I believe, is in the top 10 ever found WHA jerseys. Just for it's rare. Everyone wants the red jerseys. It's a Sharks. It's a Tardif. Can't get a bigger name than Tardif WHA. He's up there. And it's fresh. It's been in the closet since the day Dennis Murphy gave this to the PA announcer. It's been in his closet since February of 1974. Never before found. But there you go. That's the history of the Los Angeles Sharks. Please hit like, please subscribe. If you want to see more videos, we're going to do other teams. Yeah, and thanks for watching.